Hey guys, musicninjamat here. Got two more comic books to talk about today. Once again, one is from DC and one is from Marvel. I'm going to be talking about the DC one first, and of course there will be spoilers for both books. I'm going to be talking about the Marvel one later, as I haven't had chance to read it yet, only because I'm waiting for the book before it to still be delivered so I can read them in order. But anyway, I'll be starting with Heroes in Crisis, which is a brand new DC event. What struck me about this straight away is the art is incredible, and also, as you can see, it's just full-on Suicide Squad Harley design. This is written by Tom King with Clayman on art. When I heard about this event, they were basically saying it's going to be a big tragic event that's going to make the heroes feel very unsettled and unsafe. So basically, Harley Quinn turns up at this small diner where Booster Gold is sat. And throughout the story, we see what looks like behind-the-scenes office-style interviews. So there's one from like Harley and Booster himself and other heroes throughout. And Harley Quinn and Booster Gold start fighting. And I really like Harley in this story because she's perfectly written as being very intelligent, but also very like batshit at the same time. She's very well balanced in this. We also see Superman is flying around and he's looking for something, and we see that he actually finds a bunch of dead bodies and that Batman and Wonder Woman are also on their way. And amongst these dead bodies is actually Wally West and Arsenal. One of these weird little interviews is from Arsenal. His is incredibly dark, and the tone of this book just slowly seems to get darker as it goes on, because Arsenal talks about addiction, and he says, oh, well, you know, I was taking pills and they were damaging my kidneys, so I swapped to a needle because I needed to save my kidneys, and that's what superheroes do, right? They save things, and you can just see how unwell he is. We see more and more dead bodies at a place called Sanctuary where Superman is, and Batman and Wonder Woman arrive. And Sanctuary is actually this robot therapist that has personality traits from Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman, and it was a place where superheroes who were dealing with stress or addiction could go and get help. And we see the Booster and Harley fight kind of comes to a big end, and they seem to think that each other is responsible for whatever has happened at Sanctuary. I really enjoyed this book. It was very well written, the characters were well done. It's got a very mixed tone of being very dark at times but very fun at other times. And I think what they've decided to do with these superheroes who were looking for help being actually attacked really is very tragic and really will ripple throughout the DC universe. So the next book I will be talking about will be Spider-Geddon, as I've done Edge of Spider-Geddon, but I'm waiting on issue 4 of that. I want to read that before I start on the main series, so we'll talk about that soon. So I'm all caught up reading, so I will now move on and do Spider-Geddon, the issue 0. So here we are, this is the sequel to Spider-Verse, and I didn't mind Spider-Verse, I'm just not a fan of the Inheritors that much. Not only will there be spoilers for this book, there are spoilers for Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4 game, because this actually takes place after the events of the game, and this is the first comic book appearance of that Spider-Man. So we've got Christos Gage and Jed MacKay writing this, with Israel Silva, Clayton Crane and Javier Garron as the artists. And speaking of the art, it's so good in this book because it's that more realistic style. So if I just open it and show you the first couple of pages. And the whole way this book is written reminds me of the game. It's even got Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson opening up the issue. So the book opens and Spider-Man is fighting the tarantula. Sorry about this. I was editing through this video and found that this whole section had gone completely wrong. The image kept cutting in and out. The audio parts of it were just straight up missing. Nothing was in sync. I'm a bit worried if this becomes a regular problem. I mean, these videos are just made on my Mac, and if it's going to become a constant problem, it is going to be a struggle. But hopefully this is just a one-off thing. Anyway, to carry on with the story, it's pretty cool because we get to see Spider-Man use gadgets from the game like web bombs. Superior Spider-Man then shows up and he says, Spider-Man of Earth 1048, so that's what Earth the game is on. He says, you need to come with me, and naturally the two of them end up fighting and the tarantula escapes. PS4 Spider-Man then learns all about the Inheritors and the threat that they are. And this is the point which really cements that this takes place after the events of the game, because PS4 Spider-Man finds out that it is Otto Octavius that is the superior Spider-Man, and they discuss how the Otto of Earth 1048 went bad. They of course end up teaming up, beating the tarantula and starting to show some mutual respect towards each other. The superior Spider-Man Otto is very curious about his counterpart on this Earth, and PS4 Spider-Man says, well, he's in the raft, I mean you can't visit him, we can go to the raft but you can't go in. And then as they're leaving the raft, we see there's actually a Spider-Bot there, so I'm wondering if Superior Spider-Man left it there and how will this tie into the overall story. PS4 Spider-Man gets a chance to say goodbye to MJ and Miles, and he says he doesn't want to bring Miles because Miles might have to be the Spider-Man of this Earth should he not return. And I love it because at the end, PS4 Spider-Man is like, whoa, so it's like Spider-Geddon, and he's like, oh, we should name it that, we should trademark it. So it's actually him that like names the event. We get a little backup as well, and there's a few spider people who are monitoring the Inheritors in their bunker, and they're sending over these spider bots that keep getting destroyed by the Inheritors. We see that the Inheritors are actually using the spider bots for parts, for resources to help their escape. This book really did remind me of the fun tone of the game, which I really enjoyed. All in all with this series, I read Edge of Spider-Geddon, I'm gonna read the main series of Spider-Geddon, but I don't see myself picking up any of the tie-ins. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe as it really helps the channel out. Check out the links in the description down below. Explore the channel, especially the playlists, and I will see all of you in the next one.